Driven down at the midfield stripe. Ryan O'Connell got some good leverage that time. The 6'175" senior.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into Game Night, streaming live on the Region Sports Network. We come to you from Crown Point High School as the Region Sports Network presents coverage of high school softball with the Chesterton Trojans taking on the Crown Point Bulldogs. I'm Chris Ramirez. I'll have the play-by-play for tonight's action, and joining me with the color analysis is the one and only Mike Dewan. Good evening, Mike. Good
evening, Chris. Duneland softball, what more can you ask for? It's so hard to believe. Sectionals were picked not too long ago, this past Sunday, and before you know it, we're going to be handing out some trophies, but still got some valuable softball to play. Two great teams, both teams that played last night. We'll talk about that a little bit, but Chris, good to be here. Great day for softball as always, and a packed day at Crown Point High School.
Yeah, we're going to have a big crowd on hand. I saw a lot of people out in the parking lot just a few minutes ago, so everybody making their way into the stadium. And a stadium it is, Mike, out here at Crown Point. This isn't just your average, community softball field out in a neighborhood park somewhere. This has stadium seating. There's bricks here. Quite a facility they have.
And I believe the whole facility is about north of a year old, I think. I remember last year when we were doing games up here, it was still an unfinished press box a little bit, and there was still some work to be done. But, Chris, yeah, you harped on it. This is a beautiful facility, a place that we've been at a lot, calling, of course, baseball and softball games this season. And we're thankful to be out here, but yes, a facility to say the absolute least, one that is a sight for sore eyes, we could say.
And one of three games we have here today on the Region Sports Network. Mike, what else we got going on here? You're our sports director. Fill everybody in. You've been a busy man.
I have. So, hey, by the time you see this, obviously we'll have two games that have concluded, but don't watch those just yet. You're going to have to wait for those later. This game's obviously premiering on later than the regular, live time, but our two other games tonight alongside, of course, Chesterton and Crown Point softball. We also have that same matchup behind us and a baseball matchup. You can find that, of course, on RSN, as well as we'll be at the Burial Grounds. Of course, that game is concluded as well, but Portage takes on Lake Central in some baseball action. It's been a busy spring, Chris, but it's been a fun spring so far, and again, it all flies by so fast, as cliche as it is. And we're happy to be that outlet for you guys. Again, 3 games on tonight. A busy day for us, but it's always all in good fun.
All right, let's take a look at the first pitch forecast for today's ball game. It's brought to us by our friends and your friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling for the 7th straight year. Tonight's forecast is a cool 53 degrees, north-northeast winds about 12 miles an hour, so the wind is blowing out here. We can expect maybe a low of 48 or 49, Mike, depending on how long the game goes, but a little chillier than I expected. Where am I off by a day? I was expecting 80 degrees today. I got dressed with shorts and tank tops on this morning, and I had to go back home and put long sleeves on.
Well, hey, welcome to Northwest Indiana. That's when 1 hour it's going to feel like summertime a little bit. Then the next hour the wind's going to pick up and it's going to get a little chilly. So got to be prepared for just about 2 or 3 seasons in a day. But
you see my car. I know what you mean. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. But we're happy we're up here in the press box at least because yes, it will get a little chilly.
Thank you to Economy Electric Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the first pitch forecast. They keep you cool in the summer, and they keep you cozy in the winter. Visit them on the web at forajobdoneright.com. Mike, let's before we get to our starting lineups and defensive alignments, let's take a quick look at our Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers. Those are the starting pitchers in tonight's ball game. At least that's where we'll start with tonight's Enigenberg Home Improvement Hurlers.
So we'll start it off, right? Of course, Crown Point's going to be starting off in the field, and their hurler for the day in the circle is Paige Lizert, UIC commit, of course. Going to be playing her ball not too far from here, but she's been somebody that has just been a staple for this Crown Point team. This is a squad that has pumped out pitchers left and right, of course. But she's dominant in the circle. She's one of those aces for Crown Point. Career ERA of 1.54 this season, 1.22 ERA, 9-2 record, 132 strikeouts to only 12 measly walks in 63 1/3 innings pitched. She has bested her innings pitched and strikeout numbers from last year, and expect her to try and get those numbers up here tonight, Chris.
And that is the Crown Point Home Improvement Hurler, as sponsored by Enigenberg Exteriors, roofing and siding contractors serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. Visit them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. I know we'll have the anthem coming up momentarily here, Mike. Let's see if we can't get in the starting lineup for today's ball game. First for Chesterton, batting order looks like this. Olivia Milton leads off and catches. Alexia Franco hits second and plays center field. Jillian Pittman hits third and plays third. Hannah Florian is the pitcher for Chesterton today. She'll hit cleanup. Peyton Cherie is the first baseman. Lexi Smith, there's two of them, one for each team in the game. She is at second base for Chesterton. Lila Miller is at shortstop hitting seventh. Cadence Ford will hit eighth and play left field with Maddie
Nichols
as the designated player for the Lady Trojans of Chesterton High School. They are coached by Aaron Cochran is the head coach. Wally McCormick is listed as an assistant. I thought I saw Wally out there earlier. I said to myself, what's he doing here? Now we know. He's coaching. Lexi Banco is also one of the assistants. For Crown Point, the head coach is Angie Richwalski. Softball fans from back in the day would remember the name Angie Funston. That's who she was before she was Angie Richwalski. She's assisted by Jessica Brannigan. Any long-time Chesterton fans, you don't have to be old-time, you can be long-time. Fans might remember the star back in 2005 and 6, Jessica Brannigan. She had quite a career there, and all you Highland fans can't help but remember Christina Side. She had an outstanding athletic career as a Trojan.
Look at this.
Crown Point right now, they're having some fun today. Looks like they all got a wig on, or at least they
got some new haircuts, it looks like.
Yeah,
how about that?
All coming out with a different color. That's a fun approach.
That's a way to put it. Yeah, we came out here when we were setting up, and they were taking batting practice, and again, the different color wigs.
Are they going to wear those in the game?
I don't know. Again, it's going to be tough to get over the batting helmet, but
true
you
enough.
can easily tell who's who. Sort them by color, because I think they're all in.
It does look like everyone has a different color.
That's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive.
Right? Yeah.
Gotta love a team that likes to have fun. Again, as great of a year it has been for Crown Point so far, and we'll talk about this season for them so far, to have a little bit of fun as well and not be so kind of serious and uptight. Good for them.
All right, let's get to our national anthem here. And there you have it right there, as written by Francis Scott Key, the one and only Star-Spangled Banner.
Nothing better.
Yep, I love that song for a lot of reasons, one of which is the words play ball often follow.
And here we go. Here's how Crown Point's lighting them up defensively. We talked about the pitcher Lizert. From third to first, we have Keita, Johnston, Govert, Parrott. Brock is behind the plate. And from left to right in the outfield is Yarbrough, Techman, and Dunlap. Lexi Smith of Crown Point. Don't get her confused with her Lexi Smith counterpart in Chesterton. She is the designated player.
Mike, I don't have the memory I used to. And I'll go back and ask a couple guys that spent some time with me, but I don't ever recall doing a game where each team had a player of the same name. No, this might be a first for me.
No John Smiths or anything?
Not that I do not. We're too young for John Smith. They stopped naming people John Smith in the 50s.
That's fair. we could dig back some old RSN archives and.
Yeah, I'm
sure there's a common name, Lexi Smith. That's again Smith, obviously.
Yep, Smith, obviously, yeah, very, very common name in America. And Lexi for young girls, I think, or even ladies is a common name nowadays. Chesterton and Crown Point just about set for action out here. After the game, we've got some awards to give out. They include the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Insurance Superhero of the Game. Crowell Companies have offices open Monday through Friday and till 7 o'clock, 9 to 7 to be precise, and Saturdays until 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Mike, they're the insurance professionals, and they've got us covered from Highland all the way to Michigan City.
Can't beat that.
What can you say, our audience? If you need insurance and you need it now, they're open till 7. Don't delay. Call now. Tell them you heard about it on the Region Sports Network. Crowell Companies have been with us a long, long, long time, and I'd like to take a moment to thank Tom and Bob Crowell, the brothers over there now running the company, for their continued support of Region Sports Network. All right, here we go. Olivia Milton steps in the box and in the circle. We've got Paige Lazert. Lazert is in dessert, I'm told, so that's what we're going with.
Easy to remember.
Yep. We're underway. Strike one is the count. Now it's strike two. As Paige Lazert comes in with a couple of strikes right off the bat to the catcher, Olivia Milton. Pitch upstairs and outside for a ball. Milton doesn't chase. 1-2 the count. Mike, look at that flag. If you can look, if the camera can show that if he gets a chance. It is howling out over the right field wall. There's a pitch. Buckles the knees of the hitter for strike three. Nice pitch by Lazert there. Good way to open if you're Crown Point.
Now batting number 10, Alexia.
Again, she's a strikeout artist. We look at the stats there alone. Again, over 130 strikeouts on the season. Just an absolute ace for Crown Point and gets the job done very quickly. And next batter, Alexia Franco, she moves right along and gets back in an advantage, a good count for her.
We have records for these two teams, Mike?
We do. We could dive on into that.
Fouled back to the screen, 0-2 the count.
Visiting Trojans come in 9-7, 6-4 in conference play. Something that's conference, of course, up for the taking, but one of those two teams near the top of the leaderboard is Crown Point at 16-2 and 9-1 in the DAC.
Here comes the 0-2. Same as the last batter, 0-2. Outside and a little high. Hitter doesn't chase. Let's see if Lazert can get another knee-buckling strikeout here. Nope, she'll get a swinging strikeout, however. 2 up, 2 down. As Franco swings and misses.
Now batting the third baseman, number 9, Jillian Pittman.
And we'll move to the third hitter in the lineup, Jillian Pittman, the third baseman.
Crown Point, looking at their pitching staff, again, Lazert, but also, the team as well, a 1.68 combined ERA as a squad. And yes, it starts with Lazert, but it's not just her. Again, you need another arm or two to kind of balance her out. That's why, again, they're ranked number 4 in the Class 4A in this latest poll that just came out this past Monday.
Pitch swung on and missed. 0-2 the count to the third straight hitter. Yeah, the Duneland Conference, Mike, we talk about it every time we're doing one of their games. This is just a dog-eat-dog conference. It's as tough as it gets. day in and day out, no matter what the sport. Outside, we've seen the same situation, same scenario with all three at bats so far. An 0-2 start, a waste pitch high and outside, followed by a strikeout. Let's see if history repeats itself again. Fouled off, out of play. So we'll have the first 4-pitch at bat of the inning.
Way to protect here by Pittman. One thing about Chesterton that we'll talk about through the course of this broadcast, this is a young team. They've already met their win total from last season. They have a lot of pieces. I mean, they barely lost any talent. And Pittman's one of those young pieces.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. The side is retired on strikes. And that will do it for the top half of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We're going to keep it right here, Mike.
Okay, let's do it.
Joey, we're going to keep it right here so we can get our starting lineups in and some other things that we need to do.
You said it.
All right, we'll start with our Crown Point Bulldog batting order. It looks like this. Lexi Smith will lead things off. She is the designated player. Scarlett Tegman is the center fielder hitting second. Ashlyn Keita plays third and hits third. Lulu Johnson's in the cleanup spot. She'll play shortstop. Hayden Brock is the catcher hitting fifth. Eva Gobert hits sixth and plays second base. Sam Dunlop's in right field hitting seventh. Corinne Peart is the first baseman, and she hits eighth in the lineup. Amira Yarborough is the left fielder hitting ninth. And Paige Lazert, no, that's not, is the pitcher. She's not in the lineup, is she?
She's not.
Nope, that's what I thought. Okay.
Strictly pitching today.
Strictly pitching. All right, let me cross that off. The defensive alignment, Mike, for the Chesterton Trojans.
Looking at the visiting Trojans, we'll talk about our Enigenberg home improvement hurler here soon, but Florian is in the circle. Milton is behind the dish from left to right in the infield. Pittman, Miller, Smith, Cherip. The triple F's in the outfield. Ford in left, Franco in center, and Pfeiffer in right field. Hannah Florian is your pitcher. We'll talk about her shortly, Chris. Again, she all-conference last year as a sophomore. One of those younger pieces, only a junior. I think one of two all-conference nods for this Trojan squad last year.
Fly ball down the left field line. It's going to hit the fence. It looks like it'll be a stand-up double. Lexi Smith leads one off by crushing it down the left field line to the fence. That did not take long.
No, I mean, the thing about Crown Point, I mean, they slug. 69 extra base hits coming into this game. Make that 70 on the season. Now 49 doubles, 20 home runs.
Scarlett Tegman is the hitter with a runner at second and nobody out. Crown Point looking to draw first blood here in the ball game.
So this is a team that, again, they slug. And they have a bunch of power bats, 1 through 9.
Ground ball tapped in front of the mound. The play will be at first. No play. It's going to be safe all around. That's a tough one if you're Chesterton. You get a tough hitter to bounce one back to the pitcher. I mean, that ball went 30 feet, and it is safe all around. Scoring that a base hit, right, Mike?
I'd say so.
What else can we do, right? No play was made. It wasn't a fielder's choice. No throw was made. Fouled off. So runners at first and third. Ashlyn Keita is the hitter. And Crown Point sitting pretty here in the early going.
Crown Point, watch out for Techman, a potential threat to steal second. This is a team overall coming into this game, 48 stolen bags. Only had 32 last year.
And we saw how fast Scarlett Tugman was going down to first on that line.
Keita with the rip there.
Yep. So no balls, 2 strikes. Lulu Johnston is in the on-deck circle.
Keita going to be taking her talents to DePaul. She's going to be staying relatively local. Just recently had her 100th career hit this past weekend, so kudos to Keita.
Fouled back to the screen. The count remains 0-2.
Also had a home run last night. Again, both these teams did play last night. Crown Point got the win 17-5 at Portage with the tune of 4 long balls. One of them hit by Kita.
Ground ball smash foul. Tonight at 6 o'clock over in the over at the high school inside the football turf room, Trevor Gibbs will be making his college announcement, Mike. So I'm going to bail out of here a little before 6 and hand off the call to you and go check out and see who he decides on. There's a pitch outside corner for strike 3 looking. Kita didn't like it. But with 2 strikes that close, you got to protect Lulu Johnson now, the shortstop, left-handed hitter.
Only a freshman.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like a cleanup hitter, but she can hit.
No, she's been fantastic again in her first season with the Bulldogs. I mean, coming into this game, 400 batting average, 10 runs batted in, had a home run last night as well, and plays short. So this is obviously a young career so far for this 4-hitter, but a bright future.
Yeah,
the name we're going to watch out for again, not only as we get to the tournament, but still got 3 more years left.
A lot of softball ahead of her, and just think about that, Mike. A successful player in the Duneland as a freshman. Ground ball to short, going to be a play at first, not in time. The bobble cost them. That's going to be an E6, right, Mike? Is that what we're going to do? Or?
Sure, I like it. We'll give her.
Okay.
I know Johnston could fly, but that's a tough play to be made there. And again, the bobble certainly didn't help the shortstop there for Chesterton. Miller. Lexi Smith came around to score. Crown Point strikes first. Shields.
And Lulu Johnson just skips her way down to second base.
Frolicking, if you will.
Here comes the 1-0. Ground ball pulled foul by Hayden Brock.
These 2 teams nearly played a month ago on the 16th of April. It was a 15-3 Crown Point win. The aforementioned Lexi Smith, who just came around to score, was in the circle that evening with 6 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, and an earned run. Ashlyn Kita as well had a good day.
Line drive, 1 hopper to second. That's going to be safe at first. Chesterton with a tough first inning defensively. We're going to have to score that in E4.
Yep.
So another run comes in. It's now 2-0, but no RBI on I guess we could score an RBI on that, couldn't we,
sure.
Mike? The play would have been at first anyway. The run would have came home, correct?
It's our scorebooks. We'll give it to her.
Yep. So an RBI there. Typically, a lot of times on an error, they may not give you the.
Sure.
But that wouldn't have been the third out, and B, the play wouldn't have been at home anyway. That run would have scored. So 2-0, 3-0 rather.
Throw back to third. Just got back in time there.
It's happening so fast I can't keep my book up. Who's that at third, Mike?
I think right now it should be Johnston.
Okay. All right, so it's 2-0 then. Is that right, or is it 3? Am I off one?
I think
we'll figure it out here momentarily. It's all happening so fast. Fly ball right field. That ball's going to drop. Another run is going to score. Now it's 3-0. And here's going to be a play at the plate. Crown Point tries to steal a run and can't do it. Chesterton throws out the runner at home. Who was that number?
So Govert. So
who got thrown out at home?
Johnston came home on the initial hit, and I think Brock obviously stole second, came around, got thrown out at the plate. A nice play there and right by, I believe that was Pfeiffer.
So Brock got thrown out at home, so that would have went right field, pitcher, catcher, first baseman, catcher.
I believe it. So we can go 9-3-2.
9-3-2 on that.
All right.
All right, we're all
now we're having fun.
Yeah. Interesting bottom of the first inning here. Ava Govert is the hitter, right? Or am I off one? Nope. This is
Dunlap.
This is Dunlop. See, I'm not caught up. So Govert is at second, correct?
Yes.
Got it.
She advanced on the throw.
On the throw, correct. And reached on the error. No? Wait a minute.
No, that was a hit out to right.
Correct. I'm still behind a batter here. Yep. That was all right. She got the single to right field, correct?
Yep. Advanced to second on the throw. And as we're catching up now, a 1-2 count just like that, trying to get out of this little jam.
Way outside. Runner at second is the situation. 2 out in the bottom of the first. 3 runs in for Crown Point. Pitch outside.
Florian also a threat with the bat. We'll hear her name on that side of the coin as well. Batting .432 this year with 11 runs, 16 hits, and 2 home runs inside the circle. Again, a 4.15 ERA, a 3-2 record, 28 innings pitched.
Line drive into the dugout.
Heads up.
Crown Point players diving out of the way in there.
Good crew on file today. We got Thomas Marsh behind the lens. Joey Heinrich back in business, producing on the keys here today.
Mike Dewan is on color. He'll be taking over on play-by-play. There's ball 4. So the runner will move up to third on the wild pitch. That's Govert. Dunlop is at first with the walk.
Now batting the first baseman, number 23, Corinne Peart.
Now we got
Corinne Peart. Don't say Pert. It would be Peart.
Peart.
Like the drummer. Fouled out of play. Of course, Neil Peart is who I'm referring to, the legendary former drummer of Rush.
Okay. Learning something today. Okay.
Yep. Most classic rock fans would have Neil listed at 1 or 2 on their list of all-time greatest drummers. I have him at number 2 right behind John Henry Bonham of Led Zeppelin.
I like it.
2 different styles
Sure.
completely. Fly ball, center field. That ball's carrying way back. Did that ball leave the park? It did. Wow, how about that? A home run for Corinne Peart. Wow.
Guess you could say she drummed that one out to center, huh? How
Good
about
call,
that?
Mike. Good call. I didn't think that ball was going to carry that far,
The wind.
but it just kept going. Boom, and just like that, it's 6-0. Boy, if you're a Chesterton fan, that nothing says ouch more than that at the moment. Man, oh man.
Got a replay here. I think we'll have one coming up here shortly.
Could the wind help a softball? I don't know.
It wouldn't hurt it.
Yeah, that didn't hurt. Yep.
There's a line.
Line drive, third baseman has it to end the inning, but not before Crown Point scores 6 runs. They do it on 3 hits is what I have, but I could be wrong. Check that. 4 hits counting the homer.
Got it.
So I'm going with 6 runs, 4 hits. There were 2 errors in the inning, and nobody left on base. That's going to do it for one complete. 6-0. Crown Point leads on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Ennigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Ennigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit Ennigenberg.com for more information or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Ennigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
And we're back out here at Cynthia Field on the campus of Crown Point High School. 6-0 after 1 inning of play. Mike, in a game like this, you got to keep your eyes open. You got a potential blowout. Who would be a blue-collar player of the game? That's somebody who's going to keep working hard, doing all the dirty work despite the score. It has a potential, obviously, to be a blowout here. A lot of times, maybe a player will chuck it, call it a day. But that's not what we're looking for here. We want to find the one that's going to keep on grinding the rest of the day. and that will be the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. You want to find out about apprenticeships, look them up. You can earn while you learn. Find them on the web at local374.org. Pitch swung on and missed, strike 3, the fourth strikeout of the game.
Now batting number 19.
Down going was Florian there trying to help her cause. Again, the starting Trojan pitcher.
But Lazert really getting it done here. Nobody's touched her so far. This is Peyton Cherie. Is that how you're saying that, Tom? No, he doesn't know? All right. That's how we're going to say it.
What I do know is she's having a stellar freshman season, 361 coming into this game. 3 home runs. We talked about the young talent of Chesterton. Again, maybe the record may not show for it, but this is a team to look out for. Again, if they get hot in the tournament and maybe potentially next year, and Peyton could be a piece to look out for.
You know what? We'll see between innings. We should have done this last inning. We'll see if Thomas, our cameraman, maybe can go over and find a Chesterton fan and get a pronunciation on that for us. I just noticed there's actually a P at the end of the name.
Cherub?
So it could be Cherub, yep. There's a pitch.
Another strikeout there.
Was that swinging, Mike? I was looking at my roster.
I believe it was looking.
Okay, another one looking then.
Just doing it all so far. Looking, swinging, whatever it is. 5 up, 5 down via the K.
Lexi Smith now the hitter.
And again, just a pitcher's count. 0-1. We've seen a lot of these first pitch strikes. She likes to get to 0-2, and then, Chris, you called it out earlier. Maybe get a chase pitch going.
Been unhittable so far, and if Chesterton hopes to get back in this game, that's going to have to change. Inside for a ball.
Had that 6-run first inning from Crown Point, highlighted by that 3-run shot by Corinne Parrott. Last time they played, in the 16th, she also had a home run. Believe it or not, she was one of those 4 home runs last night for the Bulldogs.
Swung on and missed. 2-2 the count. Yeah, Mike, we may have already seen our Iron Workers 395 play of the game here.
That's true. Another award we got going on.
Courtesy of Local 395. That would be your Iron Workers of Northwest Indiana. We'll tell you more about them later. There's a pitch swung on and missed. 6 straight strikeouts for the Bulldogs. And Paige Lazert. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's 6-0. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
We move to the bottom half of the second inning. It is 6-0 in favor of the Lady Bulldogs.
Number 14, Lexi.
Starting it back up at the top. Obviously got through those 9 batters in the first inning with 6 runs. Now back up with Lexi Smith.
Hot smash down the first base line. Past the first baseman's going to roll to the wall. Smith rounds second, and she's heading for third. She'll make it standing up. She had a full head of steam, Mike, going around second base, and she makes it to third really without a play.
I mean, this team could fly. Again, we talked about their slugging capabilities and how many extra base hits they have on the season, and just like that, Lexi Smith, again, a double in the first inning, a triple right there to start the second. Is it too early to call potential
Scarlett Tegman is the hitter.
Potential cycle watch there with a double and a triple
to
start the first 2 innings for Lexi Smith.
Before the break, we were talking about the Local 395 play of the game. That's sponsored by the Iron Workers of Northwest Indiana. That's Local 395, and they are looking for apprentices. If you want to find out how to become an iron worker and make some big bucks, look them up at ironworkers395.com. Mike, how come you're not on a beam somewhere on the 40th floor?
With you guys, man.
You like it here on the ground level?
I do.
I don't blame you one bit.
I do. I'm not built like them. They are the best of the best.
There's some tough dudes. I've known a few iron workers. My dad's best friend growing up was an iron worker, and he was the craziest of the whole bunch in the group. And my dad would always say, well, that's because he's an iron worker. Ground ball to third, checks the runner, throw over to first base in time. So Chesterton able to get the out there, score that 5-3 on the putout.
Good job by Pittman there to look back the runner, to not, don't want to give up a run there and get Techman out in time there with the throw.
Ashlyn Keita now steps in with an RBI opportunity. Hacking at the first pitch, swings, it goes foul deep down the right field line, out of play. Crown Point's coming up hacking, Mike. They're swinging right at that first pitch if it's anywhere near the zone.
They don't mess around. Again, they put bat on ball, and again, we've seen it so far with their 4 hits in the ball game, and 2 others reached on error.
Well, we've talked about it before when we've done Crown Point games. Angie Funston-Richwalski, an absolute shark as a player in high school and college. And from what I hear, she's still that way in the adult league she plays in, and it doesn't surprise me at all. But she does. She is you talk about somebody with killer instinct. If you're not ready to play, don't go up against her.
You got to have that. You got to put that on your kids as well. That's a mentality, that killer mentality.
When she got the job here, I was concerned that maybe she was going to be a little too tough for a lot of high school players, but the Crown Point kids have adapted well to her, and she's adapted well to coaching at this level, and look at the success they're having. But, yeah, back in anybody that saw Angie in high school, she was just absolute murder to take on.
And you got to kind of have that healthy medium. We saw with Crown Point here today, they had, again, the colored bobs on. If there was maybe a coach that was uptight and strict, I wouldn't imagine that would fly. But again, obviously the fun is still being, had with this Crown Point team, and they're still winning ball games. Again, 16-2, 9-1, hoping to improve on that here tonight.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3 for the second out of the inning. Keita is retired swinging, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Lulu Johnston.
Florian doing a better job there in the circle. Now a little bit more composed after that 6-run first.
Just a freshman. We're going to need to get used to her name, Lulu Johnston.
I think
She's going to be around a while. Boy, oh boy, that's I don't know. I'm from a different generation. Yeah, a freshman starting in the Duneland Conference is like a mind-blowing thing for a guy my age. But she's not only starting, she's starting at shortstop and hitting cleanup and having all kinds of success on one of the best teams in the state. So that's not easy to do.
And again, Crown Point has kind of slid some pieces in. They graduated, again, names like Lexi Howard, Molly Scott, Chloe Wentz, Kendra Steinberg.
Little half-swing foul.
But they have transitioned into the season, with flying colors. Again, their 2 losses are to Lake Central, a 4-3 ball game we did on the Region Sports Network, and they lost to, Davis County from Kentucky. So only one local team that really got the best of them. And
ground ball the other way. Long throw across the diamond in time to retire the side. Johnston retired 5-3 to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We'll go now to the top of the third. 6-0 Crown Point on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Ennigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Ennigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit Ennigenberg.com for more information, or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Ennigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
Don't forget to visit regionsports.com, as well as Facebook, Region Sports Nation, and Instagram for this week's Powering Indiana Peak Performers, the stat leaders in Northwest Indiana for baseball and softball. presented by our friends at NECA IBEW, powering Indiana of Lake County.
I think we're looking at the region strikeout leader right now in the circle, and rightfully so, with 6 strikeouts to start this ball game out of 6 for Paige Lazert. I believe she's pacing the area.
And we now go to the bottom third, Lila Miller, followed by Cadence Ford. Swung on and missed, 1-1 the count. Yarborough, Techman, and Dunlop, the outfield, left, center, and right for Crown Point. Keita, Johnston, Govert, and Peart, the infield, third to first. Lazert and Brock make up the battery for Angie Richwalski's Crown Point Bulldogs, number 4 in the state. 16-2 coming in, 9-1 in the Duneland, and looking to make a long, long postseason run. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. 7 straight retired with a K.
Impressive work. And again, spoiler alert, she is the leader in the area in strikeouts thrown. And I think she's going to add to that total here tonight, Chris, with 7 Ks, like you mentioned, 7 Ks and 7 batters, making quick work of these Trojan batters here.
Yeah, Chesterton's going to have to lay off the pitches that are way out of the strike zone and not give as much help to Lazert. Maybe as we've seen on a couple of different swings, I'm sure it gets frustrating for a hitter.
And at that point, you're just hungry for contact, hungry to get something going. But these outfielders, infielders too, they're having a lot of fun out there. Because right now they haven't really had to field anything.
Yeah, was it Kevin Costner and Bull Durham who said, hey, well, I'll tell you more after this. Ground ball to short, over to first in time. The first non-K in the book for Chesterton. That's a 6-3 putout. I believe it was Kevin Costner and Bull Durham who said, strikeouts are fascists. Throw more ground balls. It's democratic.
Help us out now. Picking dandelions out in the outfield.
How about it? Ground balls are more democratic.
Let me break a sweat at least. And right there, Lulu Johnston got her first action of the ball game there in the shortstop position. The freshman.
There's a pitch over for a strike. 1-1 to count.
We'll talk about the sectional pairings, I bet, later, but both these teams looking to make some noise. They both fell to Lowell in last year's tournament.
Swung on and missed. 1-2 the count.
Fairly
Stay connected with all things Region Sports by supporting and following us on social media. We're always active on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and online at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years. We're proud to be the only game in town, even still. Strike 3 to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. The score remains 6-0. We'll go to the bottom of the third on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Welcome back, everybody, to Crown Point High School. This is one of 3 games, a triple header today on the Region Sports Network. We've got a crew out at Lake Central. We've got a crew right behind us, don't we, Mike?
We do. The great Leo Stoudeker on the call, Zach Sanelli, the always reliable, and Martin Murillo Jr.
We are all things Crown Point today. And happy to be here. I want to express our appreciation to Bill Derula for granting us this access to go live. I don't mind telling you, not everybody gets this access, Mike.
We'll
it's a
take
video
it.
stream live from Crown Point High School.
We are always thankful.
There's a pop-up. First base side, and the leadoff hitter is retired. That was Caden Brock. And this is Eva Govert. Swung on and missed. Chesterton seems to maybe have settled down a little bit after that shaky first inning.
Yeah, Florian as well. Retired the past 4 batters. Trying to neutralize this lineup and keep their team in the game.
Nice pitch, but no, it didn't quite make it over the strike zone. A lot of movement on there. Counts even at 1-1.
Flag out there still kind of howling. That was kind of the area where Parrott hit that home run in the first inning, that 3-run bomb.
Fastball swung on and missed.
Blowing out to right center. Kind of right by the scoreboard.
It's a nice thing about having a 6-0 lead early at home. You come up, you can take a big cut, you know?
Sure.
You don't have to worry necessarily every pitch putting the ball in play. You can take a big hack if you want. Popped up. First baseman has it. Second straight put out for the first baseman.
That's Chair up there at the hot corner of first base. Second hot corner.
Sam Dunlop now is the hitter. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop has it, bobbles it. Going to be safe at first with the E6. Just when we thought maybe Chesterton had gotten the jitters out, what should be a 1-2-3 inning is kept alive, and that'll bring up Corinne Peart. Fly ball, right field. That's going to drop in. The runner's going to go to third. So just like that, Mike, instead of a 1-2-3 inning now, there are runners at the corners with 2 out.
Yeah, it's going to be a play. Miller at shortstop for Chesterton. She's going to want that one back because, again, this Crown Point lineup, if we get through Yarbrough, the 9-hitter, we flip it right back over to Lexi Smith, who's already had 2 extra base hits here tonight. Peart's going to
walk into second. It's just something that's always, I don't know. You figured the defense would come up with some solution for that eventually, but they don't.
Good cut there. Now, would you call that a stolen base? No, I think that's more of a defensive indifference, right? That's what.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of the term
right,
defensive
we talked
indifference.
About this before.
Yeah, but yeah, in that case, I mean, when you
could walk,
right? When they're looking at you with the ball in their hand and they don't throw, that would have to be considered defensive indifference. You can't steal it if they let you have it. They're giving it to you.
Exactly. But again, makes sense maybe in that case with the runner at third, but I feel like that's not the first time that's happened here tonight.
Line drive foul out of play. 2-2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on and 2 out. Amira Yarbrough is the hitter. Looking for a couple of RBIs if she can get it. Check swing, not going to happen in this at bat. That's strike 3. The inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base. Our score at the end of 3 complete remains 6-0 Crown Point. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back here on the Region Sports Network. Top four here. Mike Dewan alongside me is Chris Ramirez. Crown Point leads 6-0 as that ball is fouled away.
A lot going on here on the campus of Crown Point tonight, Mike. Varsity baseball happening behind us. We got softball here.
Got JV well beyond center field down there.
And at 6 o'clock, one of the high school football stars of Craig Bazia's program, Coach Buzz, Trevor Gibbs, will be announcing his college intentions.
Boiler up, question mark. I saw they're on the top 5. Hoosiers as well. Cincy, I think. Iowa. I might be missing another. I guess that's only 4, but.
Swung on and missed.
Plenty to be excited for nonetheless here. And, yeah, last time I was here, I think there was a track meet going on as well. Just about every field was booked. We're happy to be here.
Foul back to the screen. The count remains 1-2. Yes, we are. And we'll be here till it's over. And when it's over, we'll name the Lantern Man Insurance Superhero of the game, which is sponsored by our friends at the Crowell Companies, with offices open till 7 tonight in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Ground ball smash through the infield past the diving second baseman Govert. And that marks the first base hit of the game. Is that right? Yes, it is.
Olivia Milton batting leadoff, but leads the team in RBIs and home runs. 33, now 34 career games played.
Okay, and this brings up Alexia Franco.
Franco, one of the senior leaders of this Trojan squad, having a stellar campaign, batting .449, leads the team in batting average, also leads in hits, runs, and doubles. And she'll take one of those now, but right now she's looking to lay down a sacrifice bunt potentially.
Aaron Cochran, the head coach, down the third base line. Wally McCormick down the first base line is the assistant coach. Baseball comes over. Of course, Wally McCormick, he's had a few head coaching gigs in the sport of football. Outside for a ball, including Andrean, where he got his head coaching start. Went over to Hobart and had a nice run there.
We're seeing a little bit more patient approaches now from Chesterton through their second time through the order. Not swinging at those chase pitches that they were in the first 3 innings.
Well, when we talked about that, they were going to have to be a little more selective, and then there they go, chasing one again. Unfortunately for Chesterton, that's going to go down as another K. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 Ks now is what I have, Mike.
I'm with you. Punching them out. Reminds me of shades of Kerry Wood. I saw that was. I remember I heard your story about that Kerry Wood game.
Yeah, that's a day.
That was recently. That was a few days ago that happened, too.
Yesterday, I believe. Was it the 6th? Whatever the 6th was, yeah. Fair ball down the line. No, foul ball, says the home plate umpire. He had a better look at it than I did. Got a replay on that one, Joey?
Got nothing. No, I mean, back when fields were grass, maybe, and you get some chalk out there, you might be able to tell a little bit easier than just the already put down lines. We'll have a replay up here shortly.
Swung on and missed. Well, you know what? The line itself is foul, correct? The pole is fair, but the line is foul, I believe, right?
I believe that hits the line. No, I believe if it lands on the line, it's fair.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Another baseball comes over. That almost hit the second baseman.
A couple healthy hacks, obviously, right behind us here.
And the wind blowing from the north is kicking that ball a little farther this direction.
That's a good point, too.
Line drive, fly ball rather. Long run for the right fielder. She's got it. Runner at first will tag up. So Jillian Pittman with the sac fly.
Now batting number 20, Anna Flores.
Olivia Milton goes to second. They managed to get her in scoring position. Just the same, that could have resulted in an inning-ending double play,
True.
Mike. So you could consider it risky, but then if you're down 6-0, I guess you got to take a risk here or there, right?
Get a runner in scoring position and
have your cleanup hitter drive her in.
Right, Florin can help her cause in the circle.
Swung on and missed.
Quickly down 0-2, had a strikeout to lead off the second inning.
So first I thought that was too aggressive, but I think I agree with the call to let the runner tag up. You got nothing to lose really in that situation. There's a pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. 3, 6, 9. I think it's 11 strikeouts now. So
we'll count that at the break.
Yep. 6-0, our score remains. Crown Point leads. We're going to the bottom of the fourth as we cruise along here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step towards your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright the right way to buy and sell real estate.
With Mike Dewan, I'm Chris Ramirez. Thomas Marsh and Joey Heinrich are joining the party as well. We're live at Crown Point High School, 6-0. The Bulldogs lead. We start the bottom of the fourth. First pitch swung on, popped up to short. I haven't even gotten to look at my book yet. I believe that was Hayden. I have Hayden Brock leading off. Is that right?
Was, I believe that was Lexi Smith.
Oh, I'm in the wrong part of my book. You're correct. Thank you very much. Yep.
Lexi Smith hit the two extra base hits in the first 2 innings. Leads off the fourth one. She's probably going to want back. Just a weak fly ball hit to the shortstop.
Slash the other way. That's going to drop in fair and roll past the left fielder for a few feet, allowing the runner, the hitter, Scarlett Tegman, to pull into second with a stand-up double.
Took kind of a funky hop there and left, got to the fence, and allowed the Providence commit to stand up easily on second base. Playing since she was a freshman. There was a nice piece on her talking about her optimism and just a great teammate, a nice piece written on her.
Ashlyn Keita now up at the plate. She takes strike 1.
Keita 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Hoping to kind of make her night a little bit better. Potentially bringing in her teammate in Techman.
Pitch in the dirt. Catcher can't come up with it cleanly. The runner will advance to third. I'm going pass ball on that one, Mike. I think the catcher's got to help the pitcher in that one there. Line smash up the middle, base hit. That's going to be an RBI for Keita. It's now 7-0. As Tegman comes around to score.
Just a well-hit ball there again. Got right by the lengthy shortstop there for Chesterton and Miller, and again takes her 0 for 2 night with 2 Ks and
smash right into the third baseman's glove. That's going to be a double play. Wow. Lulu Johnson lines one down to third, where Juliet Pittman reaches up, makes the catch, throws quickly to first to retire the side with the double play. That's 5-3 on the double play put out. The inning is retired. We're through 4 complete. I'm going to finish it up, hand it off to Mike. I'm going to go cover the Trevor Gibbs college decision here. I want to thank Tom Gubbins for his help here. He's the PA man, as well as Bill DeRula. So, Mike, it's all yours, my friend. All yours. Thank you for having me. Take care, everybody. It's the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back here on the Region Sports Network. Mike DeWine here, now flying solo. Chris Ramirez has to cover. Trevor Gibbs making his college commitment here at Crown Point High School. And in case you're just joining us, you missed some of the best hands in the business at third base for Chesterton. We'll show that replay once we get a chance. But 7-0 is your score. Top 5 now. Leading off this inning for Chesterton is number 19, Peyton Cherritt, the first baseman. 0-1 now the count. Swung on and missed. That's actually strike number 3 there. Paige Lazert keeping it going. And Joey, our producer, let's take a look at that inning-ending double play we saw. Let's see, runner on first, as you see here. That ball was smashed to third. Well, see, smashed to third, got the runner through behind her. Ended the inning just recently, but some of the story of this game has been the pitching of Crown Point's Paige Lazert. Right now up next is Lexi Smith now with an 0-1 count, make that 0-2. Lazert, once I get my tally up, I believe she's had 11 punch-outs here in just 4 1/3 innings pitched. Not a bad day at the office. Arguably the front runner for one of our 3 awards tonight, the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Super Hero of the game. Right now it might be a Crown Point's pitchers to lose. Swung on back by us. Thomas Marsh, watch out. Our cameraman here this evening. Joey Heinrich as well alongside me. Chris Ramirez was here not too long ago on a Mike DeWine. Going to be bugging you for these last few innings. Check swing there. No appeal yet. Looks to be ball number 2. Close one there. Lexi Smith, the second baseman. Pops that one up. Could be a play for anybody. Nope, not going to be. Just outside of the reach of the Crown Point catcher. That was Brock there. First baseman as well, Parrott closing in. That one runs outside now, ball 3. Again, by the time you're watching this game is over, but don't skip. Or don't check the score. Just watch the broadcast with us. As that one runs inside, she'll take her base for a walk there. But yes, this game was recorded earlier, obviously. You could tell by the daylight. Also had 2 games on the Region Sports Network this evening. Lake Central hosted Portage in some Duneland baseball. And right behind us, Crown Point hosted Chesterton. And some more baseball is swung on and missed there by the shortstop, Lila Miller. I believe that walk from Lexi Smith, that was Lazert's first of the evening. Swung on and missed now quickly, 0-2. Lila Miller's had quite the comeback story. Had a bone break in her foot on the 28th of January. Saw that she was sliding as she slaps the one out to left. Going to be a tough play. They're going to bloop out there for a single for the shortstop. They're trying to get things going, get her team riled up here. Trying to get something going. Yeah, Miller, I saw posted on Twitter, just got ready back in time for the season. Obviously, you know, when you break a bone in your foot, you kind of need that for a sport like softball. And good to see her back on the diamond just in time. First pitch outside here. It's Cadence Ford, the left fielder. Now with 2 runners on, I believe this is the first instance of the ball game. 2 runners on for the Trojans. That one's hit high. That should get out of play. It's going to bend itself back in play for the out there. That looked to be hopping on top of the Crown Point dugout, but Kita tracks it down and gets the second out there of the inning.
Now batting number 2, Maddie Nichols.
2 outs now. Maddie Nichols, the designated player, up to bat, takes the first pitch there for a called strike. I thought that was out of play for sure. That wind still kind of howling. Swung on and missed there for strike 2. Lazure trying to make it 5 scoreless innings. 1 strike away. That ball runs high. Looking up next for these 2 teams, Crown Point plays at Penn on Friday, a big game there, and then they start next week off against Kankakee Valley back at home. Ball goes outside there. Now evens it up at 2. Chesterton, they got the weekend off. This is their final game of the week. They'll be at Portage on Tuesday and home against Valparaiso a week from today. Called strike 3. Out number 3, and Lazert keeping it going. Oh, I got to tally up the strikeouts here. I'll do that at the break, but we'll be back here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Back here on the Region Sports Network, Mike DeWan here presenting you game night in the region. Crown Point leads at the bottom of the 5th, 7-0 behind Paige Lazert's 12 strikeouts through 5 innings of work. A absolute masterclass there from the Crown Point pitcher. And now we get into a position where if they score 3 runs here, there is a mercy rule in the state of Indiana. If they score 3 runs, this ball game is over. And it starts off with Hayden Brock, the catcher this evening. Reached on an error in the first and flew out in the third. So 0 for 1 here. Has a ripper out to left, but that will be caught there. A nice play out there in left. That is Ford making the catch for out number 1. Hit that ball well, gave it a ride, but just not enough. Now we got Eva Govert. She singled and came around to score in the first and flew out to the first baseman in the 3rd inning. Got to give a shout out to Crown Point's Twitter, softball Twitter, provided us with some little bit of biographies as this ball gets laced out to center field. Center fielder calls her off. That's Franco making the play. I was going to read about Eva Govert. Her favorite food is pepper steak. Looking at some of her hobbies, lifting, traveling, hang out with friends. Favorite class at Crown Point is chemistry. Could not be me. Pretty good cut there, but flies out to the center fielder, and that brings up Sam Dunlap. Dunlap walked in the first and reached on an error in the third inning. Dunlap's favorite food is sushi. That's a healthy cut out there. Just over the third baseman will drop in for a bloop single. Favorite way to spend time between games for Dunlap is making TikToks and hanging out with teammates. Who doesn't like making a good TikTok or two? Now a 2-out rally going to try and be started by Crown Point. As a healthy cut there, high and hit. Second baseman going to call off everybody. That will end the inning there. Crown Point leaves one on after a hit by Dunlap, but Pert flies out to the second baseman. We'll step aside here for the top of the sixth on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
If you are injured in a worksite accident or hurt by a defective product, go with the guy that has a proven track record litigating these cases. Otto Schragle, a principal partner at the Allen Law Group, will make sure those responsible for hurting you are held to account for their negligence. With multiple offices in Indiana and Illinois, you could reach them at 219-465-6292 or reach them out on the web at www.kenallenlaw.com.
Back here in the sixth inning, first pitch called, strike for Olivia Milton, turning the order over for the Chesterton Trojans, trailing 7-0 here at the top of the sixth. Behind a fantastic performance by Crown Point's ace, Paige Lazert, who was quickly at an 0-2 count. Mayor Pete Land of the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics and say, "Go Bulldogs!" Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in-city services, and encouraging smart growth. Kick off summer at the Crossroads Corn Roast at Bulldog Park on May 30th and 31st. Enjoy fresh farm corn, live music, and local eats. Ball hit out to center will be caught. For more information, visit crossroadschamber.org. crossroadschamber.org. Flown out there to center field was the cut from Milton. Out there making the catch was Techman. That brings up Alexia Franco, 0-2 with 2 punch-outs here. Franco, again, one of those senior leaders for this Chesterton squad. Only really graduated one productive senior last year. Aubrey Kiupak was playing ball at Manchester, but everybody else, a lot of girls got some valuable innings, some valuable experience on this squad as that ball's cut out and foul, making the count 2-1. Franco, again, .449 batting average, 9 extra base hits, trying to get something going. Healthy cut there, but foul. Here comes the 2-2. Pop fly could be the center's ball, and it will for her second out of the inning. Techman calling off her second baseman, and quickly 2 down here for the Trojans. Up next is Jillian Pittman. The sophomore batting .389, 14 hits to her name, 2 homers, 3 doubles, and a triple. Again, the sophomore, that's something to look out for. A young piece who only batted .220 as a freshman and since has had quite the campaign in her second year. She takes called strike there on the first pitch. Next up, low and inside there. Trojans finally able to put some bat on ball. Getting some healthy foul ball hacks there. They're trying to put something in play and have it drop down and maybe make a rally out of this. Because now they're down to their final 4 outs. That's if Crown Point does not score 3 the next inning. Swung on, fouled off again. Great effort here by Pittman. The sophomore here against the junior Lazert. Swung on the third, bobbled for a second. Going to be a close play at first, but she will get her. A nice play there at third base. Keita goes to Parrott. Chesterton goes down in order. We'll be back for the bottom of the 6th on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
Hi, this is Tim down at Tire Pros and Auto Superstore, 5200 Cleveland in Maryville. 219-887-3333 is our phone number. We've been serving the region and building relationships with our valued customers for the past 23 years. We have a wide variety of services, quality tires with the best warranty in the nation, and some of the most skilled mechanics I've ever worked with. Let us exceed your expectations. We're setting a new standard. Come on down, ask for Mike or Tim. We'll take excellent care of you. Thank you.
Back here on the Region Sports Network, 7-0 is your score. Crown Point with 8 hits on the scoreboard to Chesterton's 2. Chesterton also has 2 errors to their name. It looks like we have a sub coming in. It'll be Lila Stymack, the freshman. One of those potential freshmen that, still getting some solid tick. Stymack pinch hitting for Yarbrough to start the 6th inning. Again, if Crown Point scores 3 runs here, that'll do it. Stymack, only 12 games played, batting .480. Has 12 hits to her name in 25 at-bats, 11 runs batted in. Not a bad piece to bring off your bench. Yes, Florian still in the ballgame. Ever since that first inning, giving up 6 runs in the bottom half, she's responded very nicely. That ball's fouled out of play, bouncing on top of the Trojan dugout. Chris talked about, this game could get out of hand, and maybe it has, but the Blue Collar Award shows who's going to hang their head high through however many innings you play, and right now it's Florian still staying in there and really neutralizing this Crown Point lineup that had quite the kickoff to the game. Got her on a called strike 3. Speak of the devil, a nice pitch there from Florian to punch out Stymack.
Now batting number 14, Lexi Smith.
Lexi Smith, again, led off the game with the double, came around to score, also had a triple there in the 2nd inning. Then flew out to the shortstop in the 4th. And What are they going to call that there? They're going to call her safe. The ball gets out of the glove there at third. A valiant effort there by Chesterton's Pittman. Had it for a second, then could not survive the ground, if you will. Looks like Coach Cochran's going to come out and discuss this. It was a pretty close play. The two umpires are going to talk this one over. The initial ruling is that she was given her base. And it looks like Lexi Smith will be given first base there. The hot shot there again. A valiant play by Pittman over there at the hot corner. But could not survive the ground. And now a one-out base runner. Tackman looking to lay down a bunt there, but could not get around to it. Tackman batting .405, only a junior. 17 hits, 10 RBIs, and slaps one up the middle. Make that 18 hits on the season for Tackman there. Smith will take second. And all of a sudden, Crown Point's now threatening with Ashlyn Kita up to bat. Kita got her first hit of the ball game in the fourth with an RBI single. What was Crown Point's last run of the ball game? First pitch runs outside. Florian still in the circle. It's hard not to respect what she has done despite that rough first frame. Here we got ball two for Kita. And a pivotal pitch there. Looked to be a little high, but that gets in there for called strike one. Now 2-1 in favor of the batter, Kita. Healthy hack there. That might end up on the track or pretty close. Taking a hop or two now. Two's fulfilled the count. 2-2. Kita also a junior. I mean, we talked about the youth of this Chesterton team, but Crown Point, I mean, they're great this year, don't get me wrong. Number 4 in the polls in their respective class, but they may just be getting started. This is still a youthful team as well. There's a rip there down the third base line going foul. Talked about Johnston. She's a freshman. Techman, only a junior. Yarbrough, junior. Lexi Smith is that senior leader. Then you got, Kita, junior. A name that we talked about a lot. Lazert, only a junior. We just saw Stymack, a freshman. That hits it where they ain't not going to have a play there. Way to keep it in the infield by Miller with the dive. But that's going to be an infield single. And just like that, the bases are now loaded for the Bulldogs. And up comes the freshman, who's going to slap one out to left. That's going to take a hop, and this could be trouble. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Runners coming around from third. Crown Point will walk off with this one. Lulu Johnson hits one out to left field. Ball gets by the Chesterton left fielder Ford. Gets to the fence and clears the bases. That will do it. 10-0 is your final score. Got a replay there, as you see. Might as well send the runner, send us home early. And Crown Point puts on another dominant performance to improve their record to 17-2 this season. We'll step aside. We got some awards to hand out, and we'll break down this game when we get back here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Enigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Enigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit enigenberg.com for more information or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Enigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
Back here on the Region Sports Network, 10-0 is your final score after 6th innings. Crown Point gets it done once again in pretty quick fashion. It was led by a phenomenal pitching performance by Paige Lizert, who was just dominant. Let's count them up, ladies and gentlemen. We had, first off, her first 7 batters she faced. She fanned them through the K. First 8 of 9, we could call it. 2 more strikeouts, making that 10, had 12 at this point. Finished her night with 6 scoreless innings and 12 punch-outs. When you have that going for you, that's a good recipe for success. And then for Crown Point also, the bats kind of came alive. Of course, that play we just saw from Lulu Johnston, the freshman shortstop, had a liner out there to left field, got by the left fielder, cleared the bases, sent us home early. A collective effort highlighted by a 6-run first inning for Crown Point, getting the job done here. Again, they move to 17-2 overall and gets their 10th conference win of the season to only 1 loss. Again, moving forward, Crown Point now has to gear up for a very solid Penn team on Friday, and they will face Kankakee Valley not too long after that. Over here at Crown Point on Monday, Chesterton, again, a tough first inning. We'll talk about them a little bit shortly with some players. But kind of battled back. Again, we saw some of those glimpses of some of these young pieces that, were expected to always improve as kind of these young seasons, kind of keep making their way. But Chesterton, again, drops 2 in a row. Again, they played Lake Central last night, and it's kind of been a roller coaster season so far for Chesterton. They have met their win total from last year's 9-15 record, but again, lost 12-1 last night to Lake Central. Then you got to get ready for Crown Point, and you lose 10-0 like that. Still, again, with the tournament just around the corner, anything could happen. But Chesterton falls to 9-8 overall and 6-5 in the DAC. They'll be at Portage next Tuesday and take on the Vikings of Valparaiso at home next Wednesday. All right, the best part of the broadcast. We got 3 awards to hand out, ladies and gentlemen. First off, the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Super Hero of the Game. The insurance professionals have offices open from 9 to 7, Monday through Friday, and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. She barely needs an introduction. Crown Point's ace, the home improvement hurler, presented by Enigenberg Exteriors as well. Paige Lizert, again, we mentioned 6 scoreless innings. Let's count up the hits as well. I know she had 12 punch-outs, only given up, to my stats, 1 walk. I know that's for sure. 1 walk and 2 hits through 6 scoreless innings. Kudos to Crown Point's only a junior and also the leading strikeout pitcher in the area, and definitely helped her cause tonight. Big shout out to the Crown Point junior pitcher, Paige Lizert. She's our Crowd Company's Lantern Man Super Hero of the Game. Moving on to the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. And we'll keep it in the circle. We'll move it on to the other side for Chesterton's Hannah Florian. This is a very tough roster you have to go against as a pitcher, 1 through 9, and Crown Point has showed their full colors there in the first inning, hanging up 6 runs, but since then, until that final inning, Florian only given up 1 run and kind of kept those Crown Point batters at bay. Looking at some of the stats of Florian, a couple punch-outs here. But, for some weak contact there in the second, third, fourth, and fifth inning, really kind of limited that Crown Point offense until that sixth inning that they've ended it. But for Florian to bounce back and, again, to hang her head high, because as everybody knows, a game like this, especially as a pitcher, it's mentally challenging. Got to give kudos to Chesterton's starting pitcher this evening, Hannah Florian. And again, Florian is our Boilermakers blue-collar player of the game. And finally, our Ironworkers 395 play of the game. And to find out how you can become a union ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com. Go to ironworkers395.com to start your future as a union ironworker. And, there's two plays, I think. I mean, there's that walk-off base-clearing triple by Lulu Johnston. But everybody likes home runs. I mean, who doesn't? The lone home run of the ball game. We talked about that 6-run first from the Bulldogs, and with 2 outs and 2 runners on, Corinne Pert hit one out to right center, just where that wind's going. And again, she cleared that fence with no problem. And again, put up their Crown Point's 4th, 5th, and 6th runs of the ball game. That was just about all they needed in that one. Pert swinging a great bat as well. Last time these two teams have played, she homered, and she homered last night as well. So heating up at the right time is Crown Point's recipient of the play of the game, Corinne Pert. That'll do it from us here from Crown Point High School. Again, a fantastic crew on hand as always. Of course, Chris Ramirez started the broadcast alongside me. He's also our executive producer. Our operations manager is Rich Castillo. Our coordinating producer is Zach Miller. Our producer tonight, Joey Heinrich, knocking the rust off, coming back with us for the evening. Good to have him back. Thomas Marsh as well, always doing a fantastic job on camera. Our coaches for this evening, Aaron Cochran of Chesterton and Andriy Richwalski of Crown Point. And our athletic directors, Jeff Hamstra of Chesterton and Bill DeRula of Crown Point. And finally, you, the viewers, on Facebook/Region Sports Nation, YouTube/Region Sports Network, and regionsports.com. And for all of us here, either on site at another game or in the office at Region Sports Network, I'm Mike Dewan. We cannot thank you enough for joining us whenever you may be watching this recorded video. Thank you all again. You guys make it all happen. I'm Mike Dewan at the Region Sports Network. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step towards your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
If you are injured in a worksite accident or hurt by a defective product, go with the guy that has a proven track record litigating these cases. Otto Schragle, a principal partner at the Allen Law Group, will make sure those responsible for hurting you are held to account for their negligence. With multiple offices in Indiana and Illinois, you could reach them at 219-465-6292 or reach them out on the web at www.kenallenlaw.com.